name is Linda, and I have cancer. I was formally diagnosed with lung cancer on July 15th, 2025. Yes, I was a smoker, but I quit on October 2nd, 2002. It doesn't matter how long you've quit smoking, since there is always that increased chance of getting cancer. I have lung cancer. In my written journal, I wrote out a timeline of how I discovered my cancer. It goes back 2 years ago when I was diagnosed with peripheral, I can't pronounce that word, neuropathy. And my neurologist ordered blood tests to see if I had Lyme disease, which I didn't. However, it did show a spike in my immunoglobulin M protein. So what that is that when a bacteria or virus enters your body, it's the first line of defense to get rid of it. I produce too much of it. So he referred me to a hematologist, and that hematologist ran some detailed blood tests, 5 vials worth, and a 24-hour urine test. The urine test was fine, but it did show that I have MGUS, M-G-U-S, which stands for monoclonal gammopathy of undetermined significance. Mouthful, yes. So I have been under his care for the past few years. Every year I go for the 5 vials of blood and the 24-hour urine test. This year, though, it showed that I had a double spike, and that double spike is kind of rare. So my hematologist wanted me to go through a bone marrow biopsy and a CAT scan with contrast to see if there were any abnormalities. The bone marrow biopsy, which really hurts a lot, just want to let you know in case you ever have to go for one, and I hope you don't, didn't show any blood cancer. So we were really, really grateful for that. However, the CT scan with contrast did show some nodules in my upper left lung and one in my lower right lobe. So my hematologist wanted me to go through a biopsy, which is of course the next step, and we found out that I have non-small cell carcinoma of the lung. Am I surprised? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I felt the blood drain out of my body, so I guess I was a little surprised. So anyway, I got the results before my appointment, so I was very scared. At least I had a week for it to sit and let me think about it until my doctor's appointment. My doctor's appointment was last week, July 15th, and that's when I received the formal diagnosis of lung cancer. Tomorrow, I go for a PET scan and a CT scan of my brain. I told the hematologist, now my oncologist, that I have no brain, so there really is no reason to be doing the MRI of that. But he still wants to do it. Okay, whatever, right? I'm nervous. I'm scared. The PT scan is kind of like the finality of the diagnosis of the cancer. It is, if I find out I'm stage 4, I'm going to feel doomed. However, I know that I'm not. I know that there are therapies out there that are targeted for each individual person that has any type of cancer. One thing my now oncologist told me was that back about almost 20 years ago in 2006, that there were only like 2 drugs for cancer patients. Now They're 50. 50. That's a lot. So I feel comfortable in knowing that there is probably some kind of therapy for me. I have a great support system. My family knows. I have 2 brothers, a wonderful sister-in-law, wonderful niece, adore her husband, and my great niece from moon and back. I love her, and then some. I have let certain friends know. I have 2 that I have worked with back in when I worked for the Bureau of HIV/AIDS back a long time ago, over 30 years ago, and they're with me. My family that I visited this past weekend, my 2 cousins that I absolutely adore, I told them. And one of them had breast cancer, but it was in early stages, and thank God she's a survivor. They're with me. So at least I know that I have people that will rally with me. I have not told certain friends. I have not gone public on Facebook. Not yet. This video won't come out until after I have received my staging, which is scary. And then I may just wait a while until after we know what kind of treatment I need. So that is that in a nutshell. Please like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, ask me. I'm probably going to have questions for any of you who are going through cancer and treatment, especially lung cancer, and help me find out what I will expect from this. So that is that. And it looks like I have the fan kind of, right over my head, spinning round and round. I'll have it turned off, or I'll have it in a different position for the camera. And by the way, I do have humor. I have a lot of humor. So cancer's not going to get me. All right, loves. Till next time.